Good morning, church, and welcome to Monday Morning Musings for the 28th of November. My name is Dave, and I'm on staff at Community Christian Church at Carillon. In the 5th chapter of Matthew, Jesus uses an interesting metaphor to describe his followers. He says, "You are the salt of the earth." Now, it's always possible to take a metaphor too far and to find more in it than is intended, but the implication clearly is that what salt is to food, Christians are to the culture. So let's take a look at that. First, in first century Palestine, salt was used to preserve meat. Salt prevented spoilage. It was a preservative. It kept things from getting worse. So perhaps one of the functions of a Christian in a society is to keep things from getting worse. We are to resist corruption, maintain standards, support an ethical, just society. Christians are a sort of societal preservative. Secondly, as a seasoning, salt adds flavor. Now, salt has a flavor of its own, a very strong flavor. If you don't believe me, just eat a big spoonful of it. The intrinsic flavor of salt is so strong that you would think, since we put salt on almost everything, that all of our food would taste the same. It should all taste like salt. But it doesn't. When you season a steak with salt, it ends up tasting more like a steak. A salted baked potato tastes more potato-ish than an unsalted potato. Rather than make foods taste like salt, salt makes foods taste more like themselves. It enhances the flavor that is already in the food. So perhaps Christians do the same thing in a culture. Perhaps we enhance the good things that it contains. We make the different aspects of society better. We make the world's compassion more compassionate. We make the world more generous, more kindly, more gentle, more selfless. Christians can be a form of societal enhancement. And salt does one more thing. Something I once heard a very wise pastor mention. Salt creates thirst. Salt makes people thirsty. Christians should make people thirsty too. Thirsty for truth, thirsty for peace, thirsty for hope, thirsty for Jesus. So ask yourself, are you salty? Do you create a thirst for the things of God in the people around you? And are you salty enough? That's an important question. Because after Jesus said that we are the salt of the earth, he said that if we've lost our saltiness, we're good only for being thrown out. And we certainly don't want that. God bless you all.